All right, here we go. Well, thank you so much for joining me for our free energy session. I'm excited. We're going to talk about body image today. So, as you know, I'm Lori with U2FP. That's U to Full Potential. And what we do here is we use activities and different tools that we have learned how to use to help create a better you. And when you create a better you create a better community within you. So that's our goal. And I'm excited about today because we are going to talk about body image. I feel like it's really a struggle in this world. And I feel like right now, as I can see Joyce is outside and she is enjoying the sunshine. And before you know it, the weather's going to warm up and we're going to start enjoying more short sleeves. We're going to be enjoying more of our, getting in bathing suit season and this and that. We have a lot of people going on vacation that we tend to notice all of the things that are wrong with us on the outside. And so as you think about it, I want you to think about the last time that you were with, that you had to head outside into public. So Joyce, that was for you this morning. And I had to get ready for this today. I started to think about, well, I should probably do my hair today and I should probably put on some mascara. And I don't normally wear lip gloss, but I even threw some of that on today because I wanted to, my mom always taught me it's very respectful to look nice for others. So I wanted to do that. Anyways, what I want you to think about, what is something that you have to do before you head out the door to be in public? What's something that, you can't just fly out of bed and run uptown to get milk. What is that one thing that you have to do before someone sees you in the day? And I want you to write that down in front of you, or if you're willing, throw it in the chat. If you're willing to throw it in the chat, that's great. And if you're willing to talk out loud, raise your hand. You can raise your hand on Zoom or just flag me. And I would love it if you have the courage to say it out loud. So Joyce, what is it? What's the one thing you have to do before you head out?
Everything. My hair.
Your hair?
My my hair.
Okay, you have to do your hair. Yes. Well, good.
Yeah.
I'm glad you did. And it's really sunny where you're at. It looks beautiful.
Yeah, I'm at the mall. Like I said, I had my eye appointment and just had to walk out here and find a place to sit.
Perfect. All right. Awesome. Well, thank you for sharing. So, everybody else, just think about what that is. And now I want you to think about in a different light as you started to head out the door. You're completely ready. Joyce has her hair done. I have my hair done. I even put earrings on for you. Once you've done all that, I want you to think about what was one thing that maybe you would have wished you had more of as far as maybe a characteristic. So, I remember when I was little and I'd be getting the kids ready to go and we'd be running out the door for school and work and I would be a little bit rushed. I wasn't always real kind and I wasn't always real patient. And so in those moments, I wish I had, just put on a little more patience or put on a little more kindness. So think about what's one thing you would rather have on as far as a character trait. What would be something that would be more helpful? And write that down. Or if you're willing, put it in the chat. And again, if you're willing to say it out loud, raise your hand. Okay, did everybody get theirs? Thumbs up. You guys have both of yours written down, what you have to do before you go out the door to see someone and what maybe you would rather have more of characteristic wise. Well, I want to share that I'm glad Carla's on here because I wanted to, and Carla, if you're willing to put in the chat, your husband runs a podcast that I really enjoy listening to. It's really not designed for me. It's really designed for dads who love to hunt. He talks about dads and deer and something else. I can't remember. If you know that podcast, throw that in there. Throw that in the chat, Carla, because I can't think of it. And um, I would love that. But anyways, his daughter was on one time. She was on that podcast. Her name is Reagan, and she's just a delightful girl, and I think she's full of wisdom. And she said, let the one who designed you define you. And that really stuck with me. I was like, let the one who designed me define me. Wow. If you think about it, like we said, our bodies, our culture is just screaming at us to look perfect. If you're in a big city, every corner has a plastic surgeon. I mean, you can go get plastic surgery about anywhere. You can start to do many things yourself. You can spend tons of money on creams and different things for, anti-aging and all these things. And we have diets everywhere, all these things. But God says you were fearfully and wonderfully made. That's Psalm 139:14. And our U2FP has been founded around that verse. And so I want to know, do you believe that you were fearfully and wonderfully made? Do you believe that? Here's what's amazing. Here's what I don't think we think about, and tell me if I'm wrong. But what I think we don't think about is we were fearfully and wonderfully made, and our bodies are amazing. We have 74 trillion cells. 74 trillion. That is a lot. 74 trillion. We have 10 to 100,000 antibodies, which are help fighting our disease, helping us get over sickness, all of that. We have blood pumping constantly, gallons and gallons. And I don't know, it's like 50 million gallons over a lifetime. It's like an amazing amount. And then just think about our bones, ligaments, our joints. We have so many places we bend. There's probably more than I'm even thinking about, but it's just amazing if you think about our body and all that it does. And I haven't even begun to talk about our organs, chewing food and then swallowing food and then digesting food and everything that happens with the food. We don't have to get into all that. But anyways, isn't it amazing to think about our bodies? They're like machines. They're amazing. So what if when we went to bed at night, instead of thinking, man, I really need to get up at 5 a.m. because I got to get rid of this pouch or I got to get rid of this rear or whatever it is. That tends to be what everybody thinks and what they're motivated by. What if we were motivated by, oh my goodness, I want to get some good rest because all my cells need it, my antibodies need it, my mind needs it. We didn't even begin to talk about the brain. My muscles and everything, they need to get restored and relaxed so tomorrow I can move them well and I can feel good about it. God said you were wonderfully and fearfully made. Do you believe it or do you wait? And I have here 2 Corinthians. I love Paul. He puts it all together. And if you think about, there's many verses that he talks about. But one is I love that if you think about an athlete runs for a prize, right? They run to win the prize. They try to be the fastest so they can get a crown that says you won. But it's not lasting. And when we can really think about running for the prize of He who created us, we will have an eternal crown forever. And I think when we really can focus on that, not that is seen, because what is seen is going to wither away. Unfortunately, we're going to get these wrinkles and we're going to get some of these things that don't look quite so good as they used to. But every single day we're being renewed inside. Our spirit and soul is just constantly being renewed and it's become better and better and better. So as our outside's withering away, the things that we can see, the things inside, the things eternal that we cannot see, those are the things we want to fix our eyes on. So as we go back to the very beginning, and for those of you who weren't here at the beginning, let me share. First, we talked about what is that one thing you have to do before you head out the door, before you see people. What is the one thing you have to do? Do you have to shower? Do you have to put on mascara? Do you have to put on lipstick? Do you have to do your hair? Joyce was so kind and shared that she has to do her hair. What is it that you have to do? And what if you took one little thing away and instead of focusing so much on the outside, you begin to focus on one more trait that you could ask the Spirit to clothe you in? So you wrote down what you'd rather have more of. Might have been courage, it might have been confidence, it might have been patience, contentment. I don't know what it was. But what if you, in the mirror, after you did just a few basic things, I know we're not going to walk out the door without doing anything. I mean, we've got to take care of ourselves. But if we took just a little extra time to think, God, just fill me with the Holy Spirit presence. Just fill me with your courage. Fill me with your confidence. Fill me with more joy. Fill me with more kindness. Fill me with more contentment. What would that do for you? If you're willing to share that in the chat, awesome. But make sure you write it down. What's one little thing you might have taken away from that? So that's what we do here at U2FP. We have little programs. This was just a little teeny snippet of one small little session that we would do to help transform minds. That's our big thing we try to do here, is to create a better you. And feel free, we do these every month for free. You can sign up at u2fp.net, and it's free, and let anyone know. And I'm just so glad you all joined me. I'm going to go ahead and turn the recording off. So if you have anything to share, I would love to hear it.